Hi, I'm Barry Sano from Sunken Mine Railroad, and I want to thank all of you for the positive feedback on my 8910. I've decided to start another Toporama, the 8930, which is going to be another project I'm going to do videos for. Basically, the 8930 was the third Toporama that Märklin produced. It's different than this one. It's actually quite a bit different, and it's got some unique characteristics that I can cover some videos and some functional stuff like catenaries that this doesn't have. Basically, the catenary was introduced in the 1974 catalog. It's very functional and prototypical, and something that I'm really looking forward to tackling on this project. So I managed to pick up the 8930 right here, and I'm going to open it up and give you my thoughts on it. The 8930 was introduced in 1975 and ran all the way through 1990, so it was a pretty long run for the set. And it has the same basic design as the 8910. Roll it out on top here. So Märklin introduced the catenary in the 1974 catalog, and it really didn't. It was all done, but it wasn't set up like a set. In 1975 was the introduction of Märklin taking their track from just buying random pieces of track and coming up with something called the SET, or Set 123. If you look at the 1975 catalog, the directions for this Toporama are on page 4, and then the Toporama itself is on page 5. The SET 123 was Märklin's expandable sets that when they changed their track strategy. The S set is a basic oval. The E set is an extension set, or the 8190 or 8191. The T1, which is a double track set, which is 8192. The T2, which is the station track, that's 8193, and T3 is the switching track. And they all go together, and they were expandable. The catenary was set up on this. You could make the set with or without the catenary, but as far as I'm concerned, this is a much easier layout to run. It's got a much smaller siding, so you can imagine you'd have locomotives here and here, and then this would be an area for other locomotives, or even a station, like some freight here. So my plan really is to have similar results to the 8910. I'm going to build another box, or have another box built by Parkerville Wood Products, and I'd like to have a sister set to this one where it's going to have similar electronics, a similar control panel, and I'm going to be able to, functionally create this set and be able to use electric locos as well as diesel ones. There's a lot of similarities between this and the 8910, but there's also some key differences as well. This is also flocked wallpaper, so it's got a very plasticky feel. The first thing you notice about this when you look at it is that the track is actually printed directly on the Toporama. So with the other one that I had, there were like little tick marks. With this one, you can really line the track up exactly the way you want on it, and it's perfectly in line. So everything that you lay down on it is literally printed on the Toporama to begin with. It has 2 basic loops and a small siding. It's a much more of a sort of running layout, where you'd have 2 locomotives running back and forth, and then you have the newer curved turnouts, so you could get the outside loop to the inside loop pretty conveniently. One of the things you'll notice also is the roads run right off the edge, whereas this Toporama, the denizens are sort of captured in the layout. This one, in theory, you could put some grade crossing here. Unfortunately, the one that Märklin made that year was designed to run across straight track, and these are curved pieces, so that the actual grade crossing that they have doesn't work with the set, which is unfortunate. So my thoughts are making this into 2 loops, one controlled by the catenary and the other one controlled by the track, and have a couple of blocks here and here so I can capture locomotives. And obviously I'll block these sidings out so I can store trains on here. So everything in here would be maybe more of a small switching yard, and then this would just be a continuous loop with two trains running in different directions into the station, out of the station. I'm going to put one transformer controlling the track itself and one transformer controlling the catenary. It's the other interesting thing about the way Märklin did this back then, which I found interesting, is the directions for these are actually in the catalog. So when you open these up, the box is up, they're empty. There's no directions in the box. And I've always thought when I bought these, did somebody keep the directions? But they didn't. It's in the catalog. So when I look at the wiring diagram, there's really only one lead for the track here, and then the track shares a common ground with a catenary, which is going to be interesting for me because the 2 transformers are linked. I had a challenge on this earlier layout when I tried that, so it'll be interesting to see how that works. So the buildings that this set uses are the 8960 Göppingen station, which is the same one that they've had since 1972. Then you have the 8963 here, which is the city building. I guess it's an apartment complex. Then you have the Durnau station over here. You've got 3 of the 8964 townhouses, of which I have 2 at the moment. And then you have 2 newer buildings, which are the 8980 Loco Shed, which has functional doors and is designed actually to work with a catenary. It runs right into it. So that's going to be an interesting build. I'll build that and share that with you. And then 2 similar buildings but different, the 8968 and the 8969, which were designed to be modular buildings to build ultra-modern German-style buildings. The only difference between these 2 sets really is one is made of white plastic and one is made of blue plastic, but I was fortunate enough to find these 2 buildings. I have some Märklin signals that I'm going to try to install here and here, if I can get them to be functional. That'll be something I'll cover because I have not yet covered signaling, which the more I research signaling, the more complex it is. Of course, I want to keep true to the box illustration, which has a lot of the same elements as the 8910, and build something that I can take to train shows. So I'm looking forward to building this set over the winter, and stay tuned for some more videos, and thank you for watching.